with the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Welcome, everybody, to the show today. This is Don't Hassle Us Local here on AM 1170, live on Facebook if you're watching. Jaybird, T-Roy, and our main man, Adrian, in the house.
Adrian's here.
How we doing, guys?
Finally.
It's been a while.
Adrian has come back to the Hassle Castle.
You keep asking me, and I need a day in advance to make sure I'm not.
It'll be like it's the worst times, too. It's like 10:05. Hey, man. What are you doing today? You want to come in? You're like, yeah, I got to do that. And I get it. I'm like, so I'm glad that at least when you said like, hey, sometimes we got to schedule something. So I'm glad to have you in here, Adrian. It's always fun to have another sports fan in the Hassle Castle, someone to bring another insight to this. We've got things to talk about, things to go over. There's all kinds of obscure news out there, I would say. Type of things like yesterday. I want to piggyback a little bit on yesterday, and we're going to get to that NBA Top Shot. There's some news that's coming out that I actually posted on ESPN 1170 AM, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I posted this on ESPN1170am.com, suggesting whether or not Illinois should propose a bill that allows high school kids that are kids that are high school seniors right now, another year of eligibility for athletics. Two states are doing that right now, Maryland and Kentucky, that they have bills that are on the floor, and we will talk a little bit about that. At 1 o'clock, we have an interview with a friend of the show, Buddy Lamp. If those of you who are very familiar with the show, all the way back to 2 falls ago, when we ran across these guys from Iowa State who did like a rap about Iowa and Iowa State. They're Iowa State fans, and we had them on the show. We highlight him at ESPN 1170, and then the next year I reached out to him like, you guys gonna make another rap video? And they did, and now we're gonna talk to Buddy because he's branched out, and I would assume I graduated from Iowa State. If not, no big deal, but he's now got a business, and that business is going to be highlighted on Saturday's Shark Tank. So we're gonna talk to him in the second hour, and there's that and so much more. But first, let's talk to Adrian here. Adrian, how long has it been since the last time you run?
I believe it's been like a year and a half now.
Okay. So we have some new listeners. We have some people who are familiar with you.
He's very popular in the Quad Cities.
He is very popular in the Quad Cities. Tell everybody about yourself, Adrian.
I'm a guy that likes to play cornhole and bowl. Underrated athlete, pretty much what they call me.
Yeah.
That is what I've heard about you.
That is what I do in my free time. I run a bar now. That's been fun.
Yeah.
It's honestly good to see you guys. As soon as I got down to the West End, I don't get to go out to the Bettendorf very much anymore.
Yeah.
It's tough getting out there, and I just wanted to say that. It's really good to see you guys.
Well, I'm hoping that, and I know you're busy, I'm hoping that when we do the WrestleMania watch party, you'll be able to join us, but I know you're busy setting things up at your own place as well in the West End. All right, so the underhanded athlete, you play softball too as well, right?
Yes.
All right. Where are you from originally?
Muscatine.
Okay. And how long you been playing cornhole?
5 years now.
5 years?
Real competitively about the last 2 years.
Okay, what's real competitively?
We have a 4-city cornhole group in Moline over where that dog training place is in the old warehouse. They have the Factory of Fear.
The warehouse.
Yeah, the warehouse
Yeah,
that they call it. Yeah, and
Might still be some Harrington signs up in there.
There's a good possibility there is. I'll take a peek next time I'm in there.
I used to help sponsor them.
Yeah, but there's a good, solid group of 80 people that go and like to play over there, and a lot of competition.
Do you practice?
I do.
How do you practice?
Upstairs Fricks, I have all this open space.
Oh,
and
look at this.
Don't get me wrong.
Why don't you have an indoor league?
Just not enough space for more than one board, really.
Oh, okay.
And it's really pushing it for one board.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I saw a young lady on TikTok, and she was just like how she used to, she's like, this is how I used to warm up for bags. And it pretty much was like slide to, like airmail to in, kind of weird stuff like that, all right? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she said, this is how she warms up now. So I'm going to adopt it. This is how I'm going to be good at, and I'm going to be invited into 4-City Bags League. She starts off with her first throw, and it blocks. Then her next two, she airmails, and then she slides it so that they both go in. That's a good warm-up.
That's a good warm up.
I think that's what I'm going to adopt. T-Roy, what do you think about that?
I love it. I love the thought.
What do you mean the thought? As soon as all that snow melts, I mean, we're at what, 40, 51 degrees now?
I've got my sandals on today. I'm good. I'm ready to go.
It's about to be jogging outside weather, and that also means that, this gets over with at 2, follow up everything else. By 3 o'clock, T-Roy, I could be out there practicing at pints.
Jogging?
Well, when I work out, yeah.
Jogging.
Yeah, I like to throw that in there, yeah. I just don't like to jog inside, indoors.
I get you.
I don't like to run unless someone's chasing me.
How long have you been bowling?
Oh, man, since I was 6 years old, probably. I bowled for the high school team in Muscatine.
Really?
Yep. Bowled all my adult years. Just been doing it forever.
And I'm going to ask a bunch of dumb questions, but how do you spin?
I do.
Okay. The two fingers, or?
Yeah, I have 2 fingers and my thumb in. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think I'm brand new to this, and I was talking to Erickson on Friday. I believe since I have 2 fingers, I'm pretty sure I almost have the 2-hand approach to the spin.
That would make sense.
Okay. So you're in? Are you in leagues right now?
Yeah, I bowl tonight actually at 6 o'clock out at Leisure Lanes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What team do you bowl for?
Frick's Tap.
Oh, good. They sponsor you.
Yeah,
That's nice of them.
Not too bad.
Is your team good?
We're probably right in the middle of the pack. We drink a lot more than probably most teams
Okay.
out there,
Is it your buddies, or did you go out and recruit? Like, I need some guys.
Just buddies.
Okay.
Just buddies.
What do you bowl?
I have 210 average.
Okay. All right. So, and there's 3 games?
Yeah.
So it's 6:30.
Yeah.
All right. Look at that, T-Ray. See, I'm paying attention.
Math.
I'm learning about bowling. It's math, yeah. But,
Well, Jay bowled a 170 the other day.
He did.
He's got high hopes.
That is big time.
It was 1 out of 4 games.
You want to sub one night?
No.
Jay,
Call some guys.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Illinois kicked the crap out of Michigan last night,
Yeah,
because
we're
Huggy
gonna-
Bear was sure enough to point it out on my text thread. So take that, Huggy. I mentioned it. Good victory by the Illini last night. Wow, right?
I just wanted it to be closer. Especially after they blew us out. Michigan blown us out last week.
I mean, to think of this, Illinois gets beat by Michigan State at Michigan State, and then does that at Michigan, and Iowa, vice versa, or whatever you want to say, blows out Michigan State, and then gets blown. Okay, just weird.
Big Ten's tough.
Big Ten's weird, man.
You want to hear about
So be
tough.
careful what you wish for, Huggy Bear.
You want to hear about Big Ten tough, right? Mm-hmm. You saw that thing, that rug ball, right? The ESPN video?
Yes. Did you see that?
You see that? It's this thing in Russia.
It's like
They played-
wrestling, rugby, football.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see
Or
the clip. I
basketball.
saw
Yeah,
the
yeah.
picture of it.
Wrestling, rugby, basketball.
And then Barstool Hawkeye put out there number 5 Iowa basketball and number 1 Iowa wrestling equals dynasty. But I'm sitting there going, not so fast.
Okay.
Michigan's got a solid wrestling team and a solid basketball. The Big Ten would dominate in this thing, by the way. There is nobody else that would be close. Like, if you're going to look at, like, the blue bloods of rug ball in college, if they were doing this, you got Ohio State, you got Michigan, you've got Iowa. Illinois could compete a little bit. Minnesota would get in there as well, especially with Gable wrestling, not Dan Gable, the heavyweight, Gable Stevenson. Who else? Indiana would be a little tough.
Penn State?
Penn State. I don't know their basketball team, but their wrestlers would make up.
They're
for-
not bad enough. They're not
There's
that bad.
nobody else out there. You think Gonzaga's going to put together? They don't even think they have a wrestling program.
Oh, we'd kill
Get
the
out.
SEC.
Oh, the SEC wouldn't even have
They
a
don't
chance.
even know what wrestling is down there.
And Oklahoma State basketball is no good, so you can throw them out as well. I mean, the Big Ten would just dominate.
They're not that bad.
They're Oklahoma State basketball?
It's not that bad.
They're not in the top 25.
Maybe not this year, but they're
making the dance
Yeah.
enough to
Yeah.
win.
They'd make
yeah.
they'd make the dance. We'd put them in.
I mean, they'd be good.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not
there's
going to
this-
be like. They're
They'd
not
be
going to
like
be
the first team outside the Big Ten teams.
I mean, you and I
Yeah.
would be good.
Huh?
You and I would be
Ooh,
good.
you and I would be in there.
See what I'm saying? But Nebraska would suck at it. Once again, Nebraska sucks at everything.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Without a
but
question.
I'd still put them in.
Wisconsin would probably be pretty good.
Rutgers would have a chance. Maryland? Not
Like
too much.
Duke would get rolled.
Yeah, Duke's in trouble. Duke might not even make the big dance this year. Is that for real?
Duke
Yeah.
and North Carolina, neither one ranked this weekend when they play each other. When's the last time that's happened?
That's a great question.
That is.
I know they both programs have been kind of like mediocre the last couple years, but Last time they both played each other unranked.
Well, and then you've got something like, and Duke's going to get in because it's good for the NCAA wants them in, right? But the other thing is that the other problem that we're looking at is there's that school out east, Colgate, that is in the top 10 now. They're 11-1. The problem is in the conference that they're playing, they only play schools that are close to them, so they've played 4 other teams 3 times. So right now, and they're the number 2 scoring average team in the country. Gonzaga's number 1 at like 90-something. They're down at like 82.1 points per game. But Colgate has to, pretty much from what the experts are saying, Colgate has to win their conference tournament to get into the dance, even though they're in the top 10 right now. So they're breaking the algorithm of how the rankings work and RPIs and everything else, but the experts are saying they need to win their conference tournament to get in. Meanwhile, Duke's just getting in on their name. Yeah. In Kentucky, too.
Where is Colgate?
Usually it's in my cabinet, right next to my toothbrush.
I was trying to put a one-liner with it, and I couldn't get it done.
I think Colgate is in Ohio, right, Jay?
It's worth a Google.
I don't think so. I think it's probably in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
All right,
because they play Army and a couple other teams that are in there.
New York.
Yeah. So, look at me. I was a geography teacher.
+1 for Jay.
Where was she? Where was it? New York?
Yep.
New York.
Oh boy, you're so smart.
So, and then it's unfortunate that they're doing so well and that they have to do that. But yeah, they are currently number 9. They're 11-1. It is a tiny school in upstate New York, and they are number 9 in the net rankings as well. And that's the NCAA evaluation tool.
Colgate is?
Yep. And the net. Wow. I said RPI. The RPI was replaced in 2018 with the net ranking, the NCAA evaluation tool. So the problem is, like I said, they're averaging the second most points per game, the 4th best scoring margin in the nation. But there is a flaw to it, and that is what I told you, that they're in the Patriot League, and they're only allowing teams to play teams that are close. So they play Army, Boston University, and Holy Cross. They played 12 games, all against the same 3 opponents. I think I said 4. Army, Boston University, and Holy Cross.
You can only play who's on your schedule, Jay.
That's true.
You can only play.
Because Navy.
Let them in. Let them have a chance. Let them have a crack at the big dogs.
They are even though
as
they're
long
in
as
the
they
top,
don't beat Iowa.
They are the number 2 seed in their Patriot League tournament, which starts tonight. And Navy is the number 1 seed.
Who do they play tonight? Who does Colgate play tonight?
They'll play Saturday in the quarterfinal winner against Lehigh
call.
versus BYU. You ready?
Yeah. Thanks for calling in. Who do you have on the line?
You got Adam on the line. How you doing this morning, fellas?
What's up,
Yo! What's up, buddy?
Hey, December 29th, 1950 is the last time North Carolina and Duke were not ranked when they played each other.
Fantastic.
Huh.
December 29th, 1950?
9.
Yeah.
50 or 59?
Google search.
1950, he said.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, by my math, that's over 70 years.
My mom was 8 months old.
Coach K has never had that happen to him in his career.
He's never, well, obviously, yeah, but he's never played North Carolina when one of them hasn't been ranked.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, then he just had that. He had that one kid just quit for the year too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say is at one time they said the Big Ten was going to break the record for having the most bids in the tournament at 12. Well, that kind of changed since then. Just to let you guys know, the most teams that's ever got a bid in for a conference was 11. And I bet you'll never guess what conference that was in.
Oh.
Say that again?
What conference is Colgate in?
No, the Patriot League, not that one.
The most is 11, and the conference was the Big East.
You are correct.
Oh!
What year? I'm going to say 1984.
2011, buddy.
Really?
Yep.
2011.
It was Pittsburgh number 1, Notre Dame was number 2 seed, Syracuse was a 3, UConn was a 3, Louisville was a number 4, West Virginia was a number 5, Cincinnati was a number 6, Georgetown was a number 6, St. John's was a number 6, Villanova was a number 9, and Marquette as a number 11 seed.
Who's all going to make it from the Big Ten? We got, Michigan,
So right now we got
Illinois,
9 teams that have bids.
Iowa, Ohio State. Who else? Wisconsin.
So you got Wisconsin. You got look like I
Maryland.
think Maryland was in there. I didn't quite hear
Rutgers.
who you had before him. But
Rutgers.
there's 9 teams according to.
I got Michigan,
Jerry's,
Illinois,
form.
Iowa, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Maryland. Rutgers should make it.
Indiana, Michigan State are just right there.
6, 7. Michigan State's on the bubble.
And Indiana probably both are right there on the bubble.
So Michigan State, Indiana on the bubble. Purdue's not good right now. Northwestern, no way. Nebraska, no way. Minnesota?
No, they had Purdue in there. Purdue's
did?
23 right now.
Okay, Purdue's in there. All right, I didn't know how good their
Yep.
season was going. I haven't seen him play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 for sure, and 2 on the bubble. Who are we missing? Penn State's not in. Got Ohio State. Michigan State. Okay, well,
Where's Penn State at? They can't be in there, right?
Penn State's outside.
No.
They got to be out there.
What about Minnesota? Are they on the bubble?
No, they're not in the bubble.
Who am I missing? The Big
I just
Ten.
say we're gonna have some high seeds. That's a big deal.
Got 13 total. There's more than that in the Big Ten, right?
There you
I always forget.
Right?
Yeah, I got Maryland.
Um,
Forget it's
So you
on the
got
Big-
Rutgers.
mm-hmm.
You got Iowa.
Yeah.
You got Illinois.
Yep. Michigan.
Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska.
There you go.
Michigan State.
Yep.
Michigan.
How
Yep.
did you forget Nebraska?
It's easy.
Wisconsin. Ohio State.
Uh-huh.
Maryland.
Yep. Purdue and Indiana. Penn State, Minnesota,
Purdue.
Northwestern, and Nebraska. Yeah.
Adam, we talked about this on Monday, whatever else. Let's just veer a little bit before we let you go back to the NFL. Okay? You with me?
No, what was that? I'm sorry.
I said we're gonna veer off the NCAA for a second and just talk about the NFL real quick while I got you on the phone. Okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna
What's
talk
going on
to
in Pittsburgh, man.
What?
I said, yeah. What's going on in Pittsburgh? I did some research on that last night. Holy smoke! They got some problems out there.
Was it what cap room problems or?
People that are on free cap room and free agency.
Yeah, they can't afford what they have out there.
No, they got Juju. I didn't realize Juju was on the cut or free agent, and James Conner was a free agent. And
Yep.
Cameron Sutton was.
That's why Big Ben has to take a salary cut. We said that probably like about the time when they were still undefeated about how their offseason is going to be. This was their year to make a move because their offseason's not looking good at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Pittsburgh, there's going to be Baltimore and Cleveland right now, they're looking at the chance that they could take over that division. We talked a little bit about J.J. Watt going out there and how tough the NFC West is. But really, tomorrow we're going to talk to a friend of the show, Adam Rosso. He's down in Texas now, and really we're going to talk to him. We're going to catch up with him, but we want to talk about the dumpster fire down in Houston for the Texans. And what we're looking at on Monday is a guy who stands a quarterback who led the league in passing yards last year, sitting across the table from the coach or sitting across the Zoom meeting and saying, I don't care, I'm not playing for you, who's willing to eat $20 million. At what point do you flinch as the owner and say, fine, we're trading you?
I think now. You would have to do it now. Why would you wait? You're going to chance him of either getting hurt or if he does a sit out. I mean, you're out that money. You might as well try to get an asset or two for him.
His trade value only goes down to you as the owner the longer you wait because they know
exactly.
you're in a predicament.
It's like owning a Cadillac.
Right.
It's like owning a Cadillac. You drive it off the lot, you've already lost money.
Mm-hmm.
You're a
you
baller.
can't afford to play him. Yeah, no, not quite, my friend.
Oh, all right.
Adam, you got anything else for us?
Yeah, the J.J. Watt deal.
Mm-hmm.
For him or anyone to be thinking that they're going to come out of the gate Super Bowl contenders, I think, are on the wacky tobacco. I think they're going to be good, but that division is tough. I mean, that's a defensive division out there. Seattle's still going to be good. Los Angeles is going to be good, maybe even better with their new quarterback situation. And you got San Francisco, who's a dominated defense, and who sees what kind of plays they do this offseason, and see where the dust settles there. I mean, for
it's the toughest division in football.
Bandwagon.
It's now the toughest division in football, hands down.
Right now, who do you think wins that division?
Oh man, I would have to take, just right now, as you said, I would have to take LA.
Yep.
Just because of their quarterback situation.
That's the first one that jumps off to me as well.
It's LA or San Fran for me right now, and I think San Fran's making a move at quarterback. That's just my thought. So
I'm surprised they haven't already. I figured Watson was going to go out there.
I think they get Matty Ice, and that's a good move for them with the weapons they have. So yeah, I mean they have the O-line and everything else. It's one of those two because I think LA made the moves. They got all the right star players in the right position. They're going to be tough.
Well, to add a little insult to Erickson, did you see that Rodgers donated a bunch of money to his hometown in California?
Well, he also did
a little
he also
speculation there saying,
no.
home.
No. You're skipping over that he also on Monday donated $1 million to small businesses in Green Bay as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you're
going over.
Poking Erickson.
Yeah, you're getting Erickson going.
He gets all excited and then he takes it out and misses Erickson. So you got to be careful with Erickson, man. He's a delicate
I don't
flower.
want that to happen.
He's a delicate little flower.
Yeah. Good work, though. I appreciate the sometimes you got to go a long way to go a short distance just to get them all riled up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get him going.
So one more thing real quick, though, before I go.
Sure.
I was going to say something about the Russell move, and everybody's speculating him going to the Bears. It's not this year. He moves next year. You can put it on the board. I'm saying he's going to move next year. I don't think he's going to stay in Seattle.
Okay, I think he stays.
I think he stays.
I mean, they're dumb to get rid of him if they do. They'll never have a winning franchise again. If they get rid of him. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just like the Boston trading away the Bay back in. Yeah,
that's a stretch.
It's pretty close. He won you a Super Bowl. You're going to get rid of him?
Well, if he wants to go, yes.
He doesn't want
if
to
you're
go.
If you're not protecting him,
they're the ones that put him on the trading block.
All these things are being said because there's nothing else to talk about. Mike.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's nothing else to talk about. Rodgers isn't going anywhere.
Well,
exactly.
Russell's not going anywhere.
The other thing is, why are they taking calls? Why are they taking calls to see what people are willing to offer?
Okay, while we have you on the line, why haven't the Cowboys signed Dak? And why are there rumors that they're putting his name out there? If you're Dak,
I told you that a long time ago. But Troy tried to convince me that would be a horrible move on Jerry Jones, and he would leave his childhood team, and I don't want that to happen. So I started to agree with him.
See, look at him; he's taking care of me. Listen, I just saw a report. I follow a guy on Twitter that's very close to everything in Dallas. Patrick Walker is his name. Guy's great insight. Listen, Stephen Jones has been sitting with Dak's agent and talking. Every report is the talks are going well. The talks are good. They're friendly. They're not combative. They're trying to get to the common ground. The consensus is from the insiders down there that the deal will get done. They're just hashing out the minute terms.
Erickson says he wants Mahomes' money. Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
He said
it's a thing.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
Oh, wow.
Give it to him.
Well, he's going to get 37 if they franchise tag him, so he's right around there anyway.
What's Mahomes got? 42?
He's 40.
Yeah, 42 something, yeah.
Yeah, give Dak 40. That's fine.
And I'm calling it, too, comeback player of the year is going to be Dak this year. I'm putting it out there already.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's a good call. It's going to be him or Saquon.
Oh, gotcha.
Injured guys that are...
Could Saquon stay healthy for a full
I don't think so, man. And that sucks, man. When Saquon was coming out, I thought he was going to be just the man. But, yeah, unfortunate for him. But
All right, fellas. Well, you have a good rest of your day.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in, man.
Appreciate
you. Guys later. Yep.
All right, thanks for Adam for calling in here. You guys can always call in to ESPN 1170 AM. It's 563-391-3776. And join the conversation. When we come back, we're going to talk more with Adrian. We're going to talk about his teams that he follows because, like Adam says, he knows the teams that we follow. And then we're going to discuss real quick, should Illinois put a bill on the floor that allows seniors in high school during the 2021 year an extra year of eligibility so that they can participate in sports that were either postponed or canceled thanks to the global pandemic known as coronavirus.
I don't know, Jay.
We're gonna talk about it.
All right. Adrian, you need to get off social media and stop asking everybody where you're going to get a tattoo, bud. Mm-hmm. All you need is a Locals Love Us guide partner and helps you find whatever you're looking for with their easy-to-navigate table of contents.
Where do I get the best blender?
I don't know, Jay, but I'd ask Locals Love Us.
Yeah.
All you got to do,
best appliance shop.
if you can't find a guide, guys, you go to localsloveus.com on your smartphones. You click on Quad Cities, and then you browse favorites. It's easy to use, and they rank in the popular places for you. So, fellas, check it out today. That's Locals Love Us. They're your guide to the best.
We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Rachel Alger with St. Ambrose University, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5510 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5510. Enjoy.
I'm Gus Johnson, and we're live at Casey's, where Sam has 3 minutes to prepare a large supreme pizza. Made from scratch dough. Classic move. Fresh cut veggies. Nice play. Goes for the cheese. Oh, look at those fresh shreds. It's Casey's for the win. Feed your home team delicious handmade pizza from Casey's. Now, buy any large pizza, score one for $5.99 with promo code WIN. Casey's, here for good.
Hi, I'm Mike Hamm with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. J.J. Watt was introduced in Arizona Tuesday, and he provided his reasoning for deciding on the desert. Signs kept pointing back down here, Watt said before mentioning Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and the defensive scheme, all as influences on his decision. Watt was also asked about his former quarterback in Houston, and he said, quote, "The one thing I want for Deshaun Watson is for him to be happy." Watson's current running back, David Johnson, who arrived in Houston via the DeAndre Hopkins trade, has agreed to terms on a restructured one-year contract. In the NFC North, Bears general manager Ryan Pace said Tuesday no firm decision has been made regarding Allen Robinson's future in Chicago. Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst did not dismiss the possibility of using the franchise or transition tag on Aaron Jones, and the Vikings have released veteran tight end Kyle Rudolph. This has been your NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
Printing you new signs for the times.
Get back to business with custom printed signs and sales materials. Staples has hundreds of designs to choose from, or just upload your own.
And now at Staples, get 15% off signs, posters, or decals when you spend $75 or more.
Some items printed same day when ordered before 2 p.m.
Save big on custom printing at Staples.
Ends 5/29/21. Exclusions apply. Limit one offer per customer. See store associate or visit staples.com/signage for details.
If you're a first-time buyer, finding your first real home can feel like this.
Hot property. Not going to last long. Multiple offers. 30 or fixed. We need earnest money.
But a realtor has the expertise to strip away all the noise and focus on what really matters to you.
You're going to love this place. Great neighborhood. School is walkable. It even has a huge yard so Henry can practice his penalty kicks.
Finding the right place starts with you and a realtor with the expertise to make sure your voice is the only voice that matters. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
It's tax time. Get a whole house furniture package for just $15.99 at Brady Home Furniture in Davenport. Same day delivery. In stock now. No credit needed. 90 days, same as cash. All package items are Ashley brand. Choose a 5-piece bedroom set plus 2-piece sectional or sofa and love seat, 3-piece coffee table set, and your choice of a 5-piece dining room set, all for $15.99. Limited stock. So hurry to Brady Home Furniture, 1129 Brady Street, Davenport, Iowa. That's Brady Home Furniture, Brady Street, Davenport.
Is this your favorite time of year for sports? I'll bet it is. Sports bettors, are you ready? Are you ready for $100 in free bets? That's right, $100 in free bets. You can now experience Iowa's premium sportsbook from the comfort of your own home. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit just $20. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. All in an easy-to-use app rated #1 on Trustpilot. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Download the PointsBet app now and sign up with code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit $20. That's $100 on your first $20 deposit. So, are you ready? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, everybody, to Don't Hassle Us Local. Like Jay says, you should never let that jailbird sing.
Well, I guess we didn't. Well, I mean, it kind of came up yesterday, but we didn't bring it up. Are you, Adrian, T-Roy? Well, you're wearing sandals, Adrian.
Right now?
Not you, Adrian is. Did you?
Nice move.
Did you? Are you wearing socks, shoes?
Wearing shoes, yeah.
Did you wear socks?
No.
Well, thank goodness, because the news I'm about to give you is going to knock your socks off.
Okay.
Did you hear about who's participating in the NBA dunk contest?
Not Alex Caruso.
LeBron?
Oh, it is insane. Are you ready for this?
All right.
Are you ready? Anthony Simmons.
Who?
Yeah. Oh, don't you play coy with me.
Anthony who?
Anthony Simmons of the Indiana Pacers will be participating in
Does
the
he
2000.
spelled like Anthony Hardaway?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Will be participating in the 2021 dunk contest. That's right. Adrian?
Is he participating by himself?
No. He will be joined. Oh, I'm glad you ask. By Cassius Stanley.
Who?
Oh, yeah. What did they say? Anthony
sure it's
Simmons
not
from
Cassius? It's Cassius?
Cassius.
Okay.
Anthony plays for the Portland Trailblazers. Cassius plays for the Indiana Pacers. Come on, man.
Wait a minute. I thought the other guy played for the Pacers.
I said it wrong.
All right.
Duh. I thought I was checking to see if you knew.
Oh,
Who
sorry.
else? Who else?
Who else is
well, there is a name that you do know.
Big names.
Obi Toppin.
Who?
The reason we know about
New York.
Don't know.
he's the one that actually beat. He was the player of the year for Dayton. He beat out Luka Garza last year. That's all we really know about him. Obi Toppin.
He's been injured this year. I'm surprised they're letting him do this.
Well, they need a big name, and there's one spot open left. And this is my favorite part.
Who is it?
Well, they haven't announced it yet.
Oh.
And I don't know when they're going to announce it, but there is speculation that it will be Zion Williamson. And I 100% believe it will be Zion Williamson.
You gotta do it once, right?
He's got to do it. It's good for it. I mean, all jokes aside, sorry, Anthony Simmons. Sorry, Cassius Stanley. And I know who you are, Obi Toppin. But Zion, they've announced those three yesterday. They said there's one spot open. So, of course, he was asked about it. And Zion Williamson said, who knows? That's all I can say. Who knows? I might. You never know. Which would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like if his music hits and they have like JR going, is that Zion's music? Oh, my God.
Dude,
By golly.
Dude,
It's Zion.
I was watching a game with Zion out there, and it looked like a polar bear out there, like throwing around little baby wolves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just is a such a bigger.
He's on my fantasy team.
He's such a
Big
bigger
fan.
person than everybody else. Like, you know.
You just hear that. Zion's music, by God! He's gonna do the dunk contest!
Chair in hand.
Yep. Zion Williamson is in the house! By God!
Jay, you need to. I think you missed your calling, dude.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, gosh, darn it all. Like, can they just ruin something that used to be so fun when I was a kid?
Well, they ruin it because it sucks. I hate it. I know.
Like, how far down the list do you have to go to hear no till you fall on Anthony Simmons?
Yeah, like I said, I play fantasy. I don't know either one of those names, and
see,
I just feel like I should. If
See,
they
that's
were
a bad sign.
That's not good. That's what I was just thinking too.
Because, like, there's a lot of times,
I know
like
Obi, obviously.
T-Roy, I mean, growing up, he'll tell you he knew a lot, like, because he followed the
Loved the NBA when I was a kid.
well, I'm talking about baseball, though, and then you did a couple years, like, fantasy baseball, but there's a lot of times when we're talking baseball, I'm saying guys, and you're like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I know of him, I think I've heard of him before, where I'm saying, like, no, he's a third baseman for this team. And that's because I play fantasy.
Yeah.
The fact that you play fantasy basketball and you don't know this, like...
And we're going to have a deep league. It's a 14-team league.
Oh, my goodness.
It's for not having those names.
Yeah, and
anywhere close. Which, they could just be on somebody else's team, and that's why I haven't seen them, but I follow it a lot.
You'd think, though, yeah. I mean, playing fantasy football, I can name a lot of dudes.
Yeah. It would be really, really good
The
if...
three-point contest looked good, though.
Who now? That's it.
That's a whole different story.
Who was in that?
There's a lot of big names in that.
Sharpshooting, Jay.
Uh-huh.
Sharpshooting.
Okay.
Levine, Curry's in there.
Curry's going to do it?
Yep.
See, that's more like it. See?
Who was from the Celtics? Tatum or... I don't think it was Tatum.
Look at Jay using his computer knowledge.
Wow. Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay. Steph Curry. Let's see who else. All right. Steph Curry is going to participate.
Zach LaVine's in there.
Where can I... You got Zach LaVine in there?
Uh-huh.
I'm just looking at the... Well, they don't even... Why doesn't NBA.com list it? Like, of all people, it's just all about Steph Curry. Oh, the worst. All right. Let's see if Bleacher Report can pull this off for me. Boston guard Jaylen Brown, Boston forward Jason Tatum, Phoenix Suns Devin Booker, Chicago Bulls Zach LaVine. He won the dunk contest before, though, right? Zach LaVine has, yeah.
When he was with the Timberwolves?
Yeah. And Donovan Mitchell. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
And they got they got a 6-player field that's going down there, so that's good.
I like that.
And that's going to be this Sunday. I didn't even know it's approaching that quick. So that's this Sunday. That contest is going to be at 5:30, and I think is the game following that. And then the dunk contest at halftime. That's what I believe. That's it. All right.
Oh, they're doing a lot different this year, huh?
Yeah, that's all in one. It's not like a big weekend thing. And the mayor of Atlanta is asking people not to travel and for bars not to have watch parties. But good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay, I said this before the break that Maryland and Kentucky have both proposed bills in the House and Senate that could allow senior athletes at public high schools to play sports the year after they graduate to make up for the unusual circumstances of the coronavirus. Any athlete that is enrolled in grade as a senior at a public high school can come back to, and this is far in Maryland, they can come back and they can participate in the high school level. In Maryland, you do not have to go to the high school. You can go on to like a local community college or a trade school and still participate to get maybe some looks or whatever else. I don't know. In Kentucky, the bill, they're allowing students to come back for a 5th year and they can make up any class they want to. So if you got a D in like algebra, let's say you were just a pissant when you're 14, 15, you didn't pay attention or anything like that, you passed and you can't make it up, or you didn't do it your senior year, you can go back and take any course that you want to, either to retake your grade, make out your grade, or maybe there was an elective out there, I don't know, ceramics or whatever else, that you can go do. The question is, we have a state across the river from us that did the same thing, that interrupted fall sports. Football starting, I think practice starts, did it start this week or next week? and then games are starting sometime in April. We've already seen basketball start a little bit later, but there are no state tournaments at all in Illinois. Do you have any questions, concerns? Should Illinois adopt something like this?
I don't know.
That's profound and everything. I mean, what would stop them from doing it?
Well, what are you going to do with the?
What happens?
So
With the next guy's
what's he
in
going to
line?
do for his
What's the next guy's in
education?
line? Yeah.
Then you're basically you've pushed everybody else back as well too. I get it, man. I feel sorry for the kids, but then you've caused a domino effect.
I think what it is when you do these spring sports, what they're doing is they're trying to stop someone from being missing out on a sport. Let's say, like, I don't know, track and field, because they're busy playing soccer. Because soccer for boys is played in Illinois, is played in same thing, Maryland, and they also have lacrosse out there. There's other sports that we don't have, but they play in the fall. So instead of missing out on something, then you get to make it up the next year. And our coaches...
Once again, I mean, Jay, think about this. When you were sophomore, junior, whatever else, if there was a senior ahead of you at the weight class or something else that was holding you back, question. I mean, and now he gets an extra year, and that's your senior year, and now you don't get to wrestle at your weight class? You follow what I'm saying?
Yep, I am.
You've caused a domino effect.
It just trickles all the way down, all the way through the high school.
And I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, like, what are you going to do? Are you going to give every kid an extra year the rest of their life? You can't.
And yeah, it's unfair for those kids that
it's
went
unfair for the
this.
kids behind them. I mean, listen, it's bad, man, and we all had to live through it. But as they say, that's how the cookie crumbles, Bird. We're just going to have to live with it. People are going to have to live with disappointment. That is the problem with life, is these people walk around and they don't know how to deal with disappointment. Guess what? There's winners and losers. There's not a participation trophy for life.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And listen, I'm not talking about not helping people out when they're down on their luck or things like that. But, I mean, you know what I'm getting at here. It's just, you have to learn how to deal with loss, disappointment, setbacks. You adapt, you overcome, you improvise. You get through it, you get over it. I'm sorry, man, but the government getting involved in trying to fix things for kids, I mean, the government could screw up a wet dream if they had one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, so no, maybe I'm being a little heartless for the kids here, but I'm just thinking about there's ramifications.
In the quote that says by one of the guys who supported Senator Justin Reddy out of Maryland, says, "We want student athletes to have the opportunity to finish their high school athletic careers properly." He also said high school sports mean so much to all our communities, as well as student athletes who have worked for years to get where they are. It's an interesting idea.
I just don't see how it works. And what I'm reading right here is Kentucky was a unanimous decision to do it, and which I find odd as well.
I mean, everybody wants to. They want to.
How do they not see it's just going to trickle down?
I don't, because they're politicians. They don't live in the real world. That's why. Politicians live in this bubble of all they want to get is reelected, and they want to tell everybody yes.
And these are kids, but these are also becoming adults. Like, these are 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds.
Listen,
yeah,
I get it.
A 19-year-old going against a 14-year-old and something. All right.
Go be a walk-on somewhere.
The Maryland Association of Boards.
Go to a prep school.
Of education. Yep, there you go. The Maryland Association of Boards of Education, they have opposed the bill, citing concerns it would disrupt interclassic sports. They went on to say that if it's passed, the bill would create a separation in the statewide athletic system between high school athletics enrolled in the school and those who aren't.
There you go.
So basically, the Maryland one is the wonky one because you don't have to be in school, which is weird. The Kentucky one, you know what? You get a redo of all the 4-year mistakes you made for being a ding-dong. I'm not against it, but I hear exactly what you guys are saying. Eddie said, when I posted this on Facebook and just said, like, what are your thoughts? Eddie wrote, no, meaning should Illinois adopt this? And he wrote, no. He said, I mean, they deserve one, the kids, the student athletes, but I'd have to see how this would be laid out. They should, however, get rid of the people that denied their opportunity like kids in surrounding states were given to play. Because if you saw Illinois and you saw the map and we pointed it out, they were touched by every state that surrounded them that were participating in sports, high school sports, except for them.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Pritzker. Go have another cheeseburger, Chubby.
So,
big fella.
Yeah, he's bigger than me.
I actually do agree with your guys' points that there's too much and too much trickle down effect. I just wanted to point it out because I thought, I don't know, I like to poke the bear.
That's fine, but I said it before. I don't want to go Leah here, but it's politicians trying to make up for their mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
They've caused undue this and this and this on numerous people for whatever their policies are, and we can get into that argument later. But whatever. But all this is they're trying to throw a makeup, and it just doesn't work. You screwed up. You didn't have the foresight to see through it, and you had a blinders on vision that you thought was the right way. Listen, there was no. I'm here to announce to everybody there was no right way to go through COVID. You can look at anything that anybody's done. There is no perfect way to go through COVID. You know why? Because you can't predict and you can't stop a microscopic virus. I'm sorry. Let's just all admit that and admit that you can criticize anything that any elected official has done, hands down. And there's no way that any one of them would have had the foresight or anything to do the right thing. I mean, I was the first one to criticize Kim Reynolds. I think she did a lot of things wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But there's things she did right. There's things that Pritzker did right. There's a lot of things he did wrong.
The only thing, the contrarian version, and Easer A's agrees with you about the prep school thing, and obviously we have, Keegan and Chris Murray who did it. They left Cedar Rapids Prairie and they went down to Florida and played for a year, and they're 2 years out of high school. But not everyone can afford prep school. And this is...
I understand that, but we're talking about athletes. You're trying to give the chance to athletes that would have made it that extra step and needed that jump, right?
These athletes that are... I'm sorry, I'm going to call a spade a spade. The athletes that are going to do this, that are actually going to be like, I'm going for a fifth year, are the same people, no matter what this fifth year does for them, in 10 years are going to be at the end of the bar stool saying, I would have been all-state if coronavirus didn't interfere with my senior year. They're going somewhere. At this day and age... with travel teams and the internet and the fact that you can make your own TikTok highlight videos and splice it, whatever else, you're going to get recruited by somebody if you're good enough.
Right.
JUCO, D3, NAIA, D2, D1, doesn't matter.
So you're basically saying they're all a bunch of Uncle Ricos.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Anybody who's taking this, who's up on this saying like, hey, I want to do this, that sounds great, is either I messed up my first 2 years, I was terrible at my grades, and now I'm getting my GPA up, sure, I'm going to take advantage of it. Or, like I said, in 10 years from now, they're going to be on a bar stool saying they would have been all-state if it wasn't for coronavirus.
Your grandma fell and broke her coccyx.
That's the only people who are going to take up on this. The reason I thought it was interesting, put it up there on Illinois, and I like to poke the bear because
and
I
Jay,
hate
I'm
what
with
they
you.
did.
All kids can't afford prep school, but at the same time, I mean, I would say the majority of the kids that are trying to get that extra boost probably can. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But there's options out there other than this. I don't think it's a good idea.
The trickle-down effect is good. And then it was pointed out also by Kyle Loomy, that's another thing. Now that no matter what you look at, across the board, schools are already overcrowded. Classrooms are overcrowded, understaffed. And now if you're just adding in, I don't know how many kids are going to take you up on this, but...
But what do they do? I mean, they're overcrowded. Does the kid have to? The kid doesn't have to go to school, or the kid has to attend school
in Maryland,
as well?
You do not have to. Kentucky, you do. Maryland, they said you could go to community college, go to trade. They're going to be a bunch of O'Banions from Days of Confused. Just hanging out there, just getting excited to
beat the hell out of a freshman.
Yeah. Come on, guys!
Funked his senior year on purpose.
God,
yeah,
that's so great.
It's just, I think you have a good point. I think they're trying to make up for what they did.
Think about this. I mean, we all know that there's still conflict going on with the teachers union in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so yeah, exactly. They don't even know if the teachers are going to be in place to teach anybody up there. Right?
Yeah.
So, what do you do, Illinois? Really?
Where are they putting these kids? Like they're just putting them right into the classrooms with everybody else. Is this gonna be online learning, or is this gonna be?
That's a good point too. Yeah, they just go. do it online.
Billy,
and back.
Billy, I need you to
16-year-old.
Yeah.
She sounds like a great idea.
She's like, hey, you want to go to prom? She's like, it's August. He's like, yeah.
Billy, I know you want that basketball scholarship, and I'm going to need you to sit cross-legged in the corner. Yeah, just practice like yoga. There you go. There you go. Now, we're going to be talking. Billy, can you see the blackboard from there?
Now, one more step before we move on. Who's the coach that's like, we could win a state title next year if you came back?
Oh, yeah. There's 100 of those, dude.
All of them.
There's 100 of those. Are you kidding me?
Did you see what the state passed?
Think about how good we could be with you next
year.
Yeah.
Did you see what the state passed? Now, I want to throw this out at you.
Yeah.
Remember, I know you had some trouble with English Lit. And that C+ that you got doesn't look too good on your transcripts. We could probably work on that next year. I've been talking to the guidance counselor, and there's someone here. And by the way, you'll have only like a half day. You'll just these 3 courses, make them up.
You get Johnny Utah for that 5th year high school.
Oh yeah. I guarantee you there are more coaches that will approach seniors in high school than actual seniors right now in high school that are thinking about coming back.
These conversations are happening right now as we're talking. Like they're on the phone.
Yeah. Dude, it's a high school coach's wet dream. He gets to practice being a Division I coach. Yeah. He's doing his recruiting pitch.
He's knocking on the door.
Hey, you're not really all that
trigonometry.
Smart. You weren't going to make it into college anyway, man.
Hey,
your grades weren't good enough to get into college, but you know what?
Hey, Mrs. Showalter, can I borrow Tommy for a second? I just need to talk to him in the hallway. Hey, Tommy, what's your plans for next year? I see you haven't applied. I talked to your guidance counselor. See you haven't taken the ACT yet and haven't applied for any schools.
None of the recruiters got you for the armed forces, did they?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. All right, good.
Well, here's what I propose.
All right, I got an idea.
We got a shot. We made it to sub-state this year, right?
Don't waste your time at Louisville Community College. Come back here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What does that coach know? He can't give you what I can give you with one more year. Oh, that's terrible. All right, let's take our second break. When we come back, we'll get ready and we'll call Buddy Lamp from Muff Waiters. He's going to be on Shark Tank this weekend.
This is going to be a great conversation.
Yes, it is.
Locally owned and operated since 1934, Tri-City Equipment has been your source for restaurant equipment and value ever since. If you need something for your local catering event or you're just looking to get something for your home chef, check them out online at tricityequipment.com or go to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and check out their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom. Remember, they deliver to all Quad City residents and match online pricing, so please give them a call today if you have questions. 563-322-5382. That's Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Janae and Golick Jr.
The difference that a ring makes in a Hall of Fame campaign, like the one Phillip Rivers is going to get ready for, is seismic for me,
I don't like you. I don't like you right now.
Why is that?
I really don't like you. Because, I am 28 years old, professional athlete currently for the LA Sparks, and I come front every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to win a championship. It matters so much to me because I feel like honestly that's the only thing I haven't really done. I did it in high school, didn't get to do it in college, and then now at the professional level against the best of the best. That's awesome. But it's funny because it's graded on the scale of how much does a championship matter to that athlete, right? At some point, some people are just good with their legacy being pretty good and better than most. But I just think it's funny because every time these things are sometimes subjective per the athlete. I would love it, but I'm still good regardless, but it would help.
Janae and Golick Jr., 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Oh, man, here we go again. Up early, feed the dog, out the door, traffic, at the office, boss in some kind of mood today, no time for lunch, annoying coworker, no time to relax, bedtime. Then we gotta do it all again. No way. Because the best way to break up the mundane every day is to play at Wild Rose Casino and Resort. Slots, tables, sports, and a whole lot of perks when you join and play with your Club Wild card. So, let's play. Wild Rose Casino and Resort, Clinton.
We just expanded our lot at Weber Auto Group. What's that mean for you? Now's the time to buy. Bigger selection, better deal, lower prices. Plus the Weber warranty. And every car we sell gets our 52-point inspection. So call us, visit our website, or better yet, come see us in our new showroom in Silvis. Weber Auto Group, your 5-star dealer.
The COVID-19 pandemic has caused lots of problems for Quad City area workers. If you're looking for a way to give back, join the Big Tip Saturday, March 6th at the QCCA Expo Center in Rock Island. Enjoy live music all day long, great food by the Captain's Table, and Smokin' Butt Barbecue. You can purchase tickets to the big event at thebigtip.org. Just a general admission ticket or a VIP ticket to the event. Proceeds from the ticket sales will go directly to people in the Quad Cities that need our help now. The Big Tip. See you March 6th.
Chiney and Golick Jr.
And that writing on the wall is always looking different when it's the quarterback and everybody else. And I knew in every locker room I was going to be in, whether this was high school, college, or anywhere else, the star players on the team, the quarterbacks on the team, we were all going to be treated fairly, but fair isn't the same. And no one expects that based on the way that this is divvied up. But now looking from the other way, if you're Deshaun Watson looking at this spot, I mean, hell, you even had J.J. Watt running up to him after that last game saying, we wasted one of your prime years. J.J. Watt, the face of that franchise, understanding that they're only going to go as far as Deshaun Watson is taking them, because that's how this league is built right now. And so for Deshaun on the other side, I think he's got this realization. The reason he is out here pushing buttons, trying to make things happen, is because he also knows the world is different for him as a quarterback. Life is different for him as a quarterback, which means his exit from this was never going to be as easy as what we saw with JJ.
Chiney and Golick Jr. 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
The following is a paid announcement. The advertiser was paid a marketing fee for a digital campaign. Please make sure to review our disclaimer on our report page.
The new year is here, and the time is now to capitalize on the EV stocks boom in the U.S. markets. If you're following EV stocks, then you may know that this potential $3 trillion marketplace depends on graphite for next-generation energy cells. The industry is facing low supply that might not meet demand over the next 10 years, but we've identified a company that could supply the industry with the world's highest grade of graphite for lithium-ion batteries for decades. And you can get up-to-the-minute research on the stocks that are poised to lead the way with your free subscription to Avid Mineral Report. Text the word stock to 48542 to find out which stocks can take your investment research on the electronic vehicle market to the next level. Text stock to 48542. Get this red-hot intelligence delivered directly to your mobile device so you can make decisions as market conditions change. Text the word stock to 48542. Get your free subscription to Avid Mineral Reports when you text stock to 48542.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Adrian in the house. Jay Bird, T. Roy here. Thanks for tuning in out there on AM 1170 and live on Facebook if you're watching.
3/3/21, and it is 51 degrees out there. And we're getting close to here, the 1 o'clock hour, top of the hour.
You smell that, Jay?
It smells like Updog?
No, it's tropical lotion.
Is it?
I got Hawaiian Tropic on me.
Okay, on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, I put the link on here from muffwaiters.com. We're going to talk to Buddy Lamp here. He's going to be on Shark Tank this Saturday, and we're going to have an interview with him. We had him on previously, or one of his partners, I don't know, from Bonkers Productions. These kids were students at Iowa State. Good guys, and so he reached out last week. Apparently, you said it's in the Argus this week. It was on Twitter?
It was on Dispatch.
Today?
Did an article
Dispatch,
on it.
sorry.
Yeah.
Dispatch Argus, yeah. So they put it on Twitter. So I'm sure they've done press release. Actually, we're lucky to have him because they put aside Friday to do all their media. But I told him I would like to go earlier because people need to schedule this stuff to make sure their DVR set. Give it a few days in advance, and then we can take our interview and we can put it out there for ESPN 1170.
It's like missing the young rock. You don't want to do it.
No, well, Yeah, man.
See, we can't talk.
Do you
about
watch
it.
Young Rock?
I've not seen it yet.
Man, Adrian.
I definitely dropped the ball.
What's this thing? I suppose you're working on Tuesday nights.
Here we go.
We have a poker game.
See?
Oh, he's always got something
He's a very
going
busy
on.
fella,
I know.
man.
That's why we can't get him on, because he's sleeping at noon, because he's up all night
Dude's up
bowling
all night
and
bowling,
practicing
taking
bags.
people's money on the green felt. I know what's going on.
Yeah. All right, so this is going to be Buddy Lamp that we're going to talk to here. Let's give him a call, and let's find out more about muff waiters for all of our listeners there, for all the hassle maniacs out there. I hate this part. Don't do that. This gets my blood boiling.
Why?
We need a producer. Just stop.
Yellow.
Buddy, welcome to the show. You got Jay, Troy, and Adrian here at Don't Hassle Us Local. Appreciate you taking time today to talk to us. How you been?
I've been good. I appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me.
All right, so we've been telling people a little bit about our background with you. Roughly just over 2 years ago, you guys from Bonkers Productions put together a little rap video, your little diss track for the University of Iowa, and I came across and I thought it was great. And then we had you guys in the air and put something in there. And then the next year, when I asked you guys if you're going to put something out again, you guys put another one out, and we shared it as well. But now you're into something else, buddy. Let's catch up real quick. Are you a graduate now of Iowa State?
Yep, I just graduated in May 2020.
During the COVID, okay. And are you back in Holstein now?
I am in Des Moines right now as my lovely girlfriend is finishing up her nursing degree, but once we dive in to talk about muff waiters, yeah, the plan will be to get back to Holstein.
Okay. What did you graduate with, buddy?
I graduated with a major in advertising and a minor in entrepreneurial studies.
Well,
So you're right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. Look at you.
Yeah, I did what I was going for, I guess.
Now, well, you're gonna just to prep everyone. You're going to be on Shark Tank on Saturday night, right?
I will be on Shark Tank this
Friday, okay.
March 5th, on ABC, and I believe it'll be at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Okay. And we have shared we're on Facebook Live as well. We have shared the link on our Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread for the people out there listening. And
awesome.
Obviously, we'll talk a little bit more. So let's dive into it. What is Muff Waiters? And then we've probably got a series of questions.
Yeah, Muff Waiters is a pair of overall work bibs that have a 6-pack insulated cooler on the chest. 6 little compartments that hold 12-ounce cans and bottles, nice and snug in there. And then on each leg, there's a deep pocket that is made for a fifth of liquor or a bottle of wine. Then you have your normal front back pockets, and up top, a few miscellaneous pockets on the front, and a bottle opener and a magnetic koozie. So you can put a full beer in the magnetic koozie, attach it to your bottle opener, and you can go hands-free and keep on working.
Does that the koozie comes with the outfit, right?
Yep, the koozie and the bottle opener both do. And the last feature of it is on the inside of by your chest. If you unhook your bib, there's a hidden concealed pocket to store your valuable goods. So
like your tennis shoe. All right,
that's what I use it for. You can use it for whatever you want.
Some people put a hitter box in there. I don't know. I'm just saying. But so if I'm kind of did a little bit of research on this. It's coming in 2 colors, right? The standard kind of brown and that you see in a lot of these bib overalls, and then a black, correct?
Yep, it's the classic Carhartt brown that everyone knows, and then black.
Now, are they insulated?
No, they're not insulated. That was the original plan, but me and Earl have no clothing background at all. And we did not expect cost to be so much. So they're not insulated, and so that takes the muff out of it, the warmth of that. And then the waiter, which is waterproof, that was also originally the plan, but those costs are too much. So they're just a normal pair of work bibs that you wear outside. They're manly plus tough equals muff, strong, manly material to work outdoors in. So in the future, we're going to plan on getting an insulated and waterproof pair.
Oh, God, I can't wait. All right, so how much would a pair of these go for?
We sell these for $85, and that would also include shipping because, believe it or not, we're not Amazon, and people think everything can just ship for free nowadays. We get a lot of pushback for that.
I'm a larger man, so what's your largest size, and how do you size it out?
Yeah, our largest size can fit a 6'7" skinny man, but Earl is 6'5", 250. He wears them every day, so we always say it can go up to 6'7" if you're flat chested. But I mean, if you're 6'5" or 6'6" and got some good weight, good girth on you, we're pretty confident our XL will fit you.
Okay,
the XL or 2XL?
We just sized it as XL. We used to name it the XL, double XL, but it got too confusing, so it's just called the XL.
Okay. And where, if I went to go online to purchase this, where would we go to?
Muffwaiters.com.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah, and like I said, we shared it on the comment thread.
My wife is going to be so excited when one of these shows up at the house. Yes.
You'd be surprised. Actually, most of our customers are wives, girlfriends, aunts that are buying them for their husbands, their granddads, their brothers. That seems to be some of our biggest market right there.
Well, my wife's a hater. She doesn't like my bibs. I have a nice pair of lined ones, but they don't have all the accessories yours have. And she basically says that I've given up because I wear them, and I tell her she's given up because she's yelling at me about it.
Well, those features were meant for drinking, drinking purposes, socializing, tailgating, But it's amazing. We didn't even think about this, which blows our mind, but we have people sending us pictures, videos all the time of them wearing them on construction sites, electrician crews, loggers over in Oregon. They use those deep pockets for tools, and we never expected that. So
that's not what it's for, guys.
It's for partying, dude. I don't know what you guys are doing, making these into work bibs. This is great. Did they still have like that little hammer loop there too? Because that could be handy for a lot of different stuff when you come drinking.
Yeah, so like I said, it was originally planned for drinking, and we didn't have the hammer loop. And you're not the first, and you won't be the last to request it. So every time we order more inventory, we add, we make little tweaks to it that we can afford and improve it. Because we're not clothing designers. We've been going on the fly, figuring stuff out as we go.
So how long does a guy have to wait for the hammer loop to show up on there?
Good question.
Just
not this year. Longer than this year.
All right. Well, I might have to order 2 pairs then, because I don't think I can wait.
I got some questions. All right. First things first. Who's Earl?
Earl is the top brass dignitary chancellor of Muff Waiters. He invented the Muff Waiters, and he's an electrician out of Holstein, Iowa. And he said, "This product's awesome. I'm going to start cold calling all these clothing manufacturers, clothing designers, until someone listens to me." So,
I think, if I'm mistaken, your website, when you have the about, he called like over 80 places before he finally got someone to help him out, right?
He cold called and emailed about 100 companies, and it took about 6+ months because he's an electrician.
Yeah.
He has no clothing background. People would be like, even if they answered the phone, they'd say, "What? You're an electrician from Holstein?" So it's a picture, a tech pack of what you got. And it was a hand-drawn pair of overalls. Looks like it's drawn by a second grader with an arrow pointed to the chest that says 6-pack. And these clothing designers are like, "What the hell are you talking about? We can't work with this." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it was like you guys should have watched more of that. What was that one where they used to have they'd have the sewing thing go on, and then that dude would be like, "Designers, make it work." That show. Can't remember that one.
I don't know either.
I'll tell you what, Earl did buy a sewing machine and tried for a little bit, but he quit very quickly because he ended up drinking more than what was being accomplished trying to figure out how to sew.
Well, hopefully he didn't sew his finger.
How did you get involved in this, buddy?
Yeah, so I'm from Holstein.
Yeah.
I worked at Holstein Electric with him in the summers. He would always come up, he and I would come up with entrepreneurial ideas like flying drones, providing drone marketing videos. And I was at college, and you guys saw those videos I would make, so I would make videos for fun. And he goes, "Buddy, you're with me when I do all these little side gigs. What do you think about this?" And when I saw the second grader drawing of the waiters on a napkin, I said, "I'm all in. This is brilliant. 6-pack cooler on the chest. I'm all in." So he originally took me on just to make videos and help with advertising. But that grew much more and ended up making me a co-owner of the company. So,
well, this is great. By the way, I just got a picture from my T-Roy text thread from my buddy Eddie, and you guys make suspenders as well.
Suspenders. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, so the muff spenders, those were invented on one of our muff tours between an Iowa State football or an Iowa Hawkeye football game and a Green Bay football game over in Wisconsin. And we were driving the corporate van back to Holstein like midnight. I got nicotine and protein pumping through my veins, classic rock, just trying to keep me awake on the drive. And Earl's sleeping in the back, and he pops his head up, goes, "Hey man, what do you think about suspenders?" And I thought it was a horrible idea. I just said, go back to sleep. And he kept going with it. And basically the suspenders are the exact same features from the muff waiter translated over to the suspender. So 2 insulated pockets, 1 per strap, and then the bottle opener and the magnetic koozie. So it offered a cheaper price to people coming up and saying, "Hey, we like you guys. We like your product. We just don't want to spend $85 on bibs."
I need suspenders. Now with the waders themselves, with the full outfit, with the 6-pack, can you put any ice in there? Is it waterproof in that sense, in that pocket, or no?
We wouldn't recommend putting ice in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and your body heat is right there too, so it's going to melt that ice pretty quick. It's a 6-pack insulated cooler, but guys, it's not a Yeti on your chest. You know
No,
what I mean?
yeah, that's why I'm asking. I'm trying to get it all figured out. Yeah.
Maybe someday. We're always making improvements. So
Jay doesn't drink as fast as all of us.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to know if he can put any ice on this.
Yeah. All right. So is your full-time thing like for this, or do you have another job?
No, this is part-time right now. I have another job. Earl's full-time, Holstein Electric, farms on the side, and I get home from my 40-hour weeks every night, and I work on muff waiters. So the sales and the numbers have proven that we will go full-time here eventually.
Okay.
So it's kind of a 3 to 5 year plan once my girlfriend finishes up her college degree, and I'll move back to Holstein and start running it full-time.
Now, I know you've probably been asked this before, and I'm not saying anything, and everyone says you know what you should do, and this is a very common thing, and I know, and when I say that out of respect, because that's kind of how we started this show and whatnot, because just like, buddy, you and Earl put this product out there, you show your friends, you show your family, you show anybody out there, and much like with the hammer thing, people will say, yeah, but you know what you should do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we love it though. I mean, it kind of cracks us up. I mean, some of the ideas people come up with is, I mean, it just puts your jaw to the floor. Some lady said, "Oh man, you guys should make these overalls for ladies, and they should be made out of silk." And we go, "What the hell are you talking about?" It was, I mean, that can't even hold 1 beer. So it's the best idea.
Maybe pink, lady, but calm down with the silk.
And I'm sure, buddy, with you being an Iowa State fan that you are, that eventually you'll probably go to the Iowa State colors first before the bibs that are striped, vertically. And is there a possibility for that?
Yeah, you're right on, because the waders were originally for tailgating. Earl was wearing a pair of bibs to a high school football game back in Holstein. He was at the bar talking about it. I don't know. I think our first colors would be black and yellow.
Okay.
For the Hawkeyes, because they're already black. If we can just get a little bit of yellow on there, that's going to be much more cost effective for us than going with yellow and red. And then from there, we'd probably actually go red and white. I mean, if you just close your eyes and think about all the powerhouse college schools in the nation that are red and white, it's just unbelievable.
I was thinking about powerhouse drinkers, because Wisconsin is full of them. Wisconsin is full of drinkers, man.
And then just right over is Nebraska. I mean,
yeah,
we're close to the border, and I guess I should just keep my mouth shut about Nebraska. Huh?
There you
it's
go.
Okay. I mean, hey, we're over by Illinois, man. We don't keep our mouth shut about them.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, they are rivals. We don't like them. We don't like their fan base, but
we don't either.
And same with Wisconsin. But guess what? Red and white. So yeah, that'll probably be our first 2 colors.
Yeah, their money still spends, right?
Yeah, and their money's still green, baby.
All right, we're gonna toe the line because we don't want to. Obviously, there's not anything. You don't want to give anything away about Shark Tank. We're gonna slowly get to it. How did you apply for this? What was the process applying to get on Shark Tank?
Yeah, so that is one of their things they try and keep on the DL is their process. But we applied just about this time last year, maybe in February last year. And And then they basically reach out and say, hey, you made it to the first round. Let's dive into your company and make sure you're real and whatnot, make sure everything's legit. And then producers are looking through all the real companies and try to decide who they want to put on TV, who's got a good story, who's got an interesting product, who's going to get eyes on Shark Tank. You know, it's all about the money and the content and the eyes. So we qualified, and we flew out to Vegas to pitch to them. And this was mid-coronavirus, you know. This was back in September. And we had to land on first we had to take 2 COVID tests before we were allowed to go. So if we would have failed one of those, boom, you're off. All hopes and dreams gone there. Mm-hmm. And then right when you land in Vegas, they pick you up from the airport, bring you to the hotel, and say you have to stay in here for 10 days. You can't leave the hotel room. We'll bring you food. So me and Earl were basically living in each other's BO and farts for about 10 days with each other.
That's great. How was the food, though?
It was pretty fantastic. But actually, we're small town boys. It was high class city food. And I mean, it was actually kind of bad for our taste buds.
Did they bring you any beer?
We had to buy it ourselves, but they would bring it if we bought it.
What would you buy?
Budweiser. They're domestic beers. Not a lot of good options. It was like Budweiser, Bud Light, and like Michelob Ultra. So we're drinking the diesel.
Okay, drinking the diesel. They didn't have any Busch Latte then.
So
no, I don't think Busch Lattes is even like in the vocabulary out west in Vegas.
I don't think so either.
So
not a big smeller.
As you're talking to us, and you've mentioned multiple times, buddy, that you and Earl have zero clothing background.
None.
Is this a common thing when you're sitting in front of the 4 sharks, just sitting there saying like, yeah, we don't know, we don't have any clothing background, we just made this? Are you pitching it that way to them?
Yeah, I mean, anytime we're talking to people, we just say we don't have any of this background. I mean, we don't know how to start a business. We don't know how to get manufacturers, clothing designers. But, I mean, there's no excuses in today's world. There's, ever heard of the internet? Where there's everything, and you can learn everything. So
I use it for porn.
It really is just this whole process of, you know, we were rolling with it. Anytime we came up with a problem, we figured it out ourselves, whether that's calling buddies, asking for help, or figuring it out ourselves. So
It's fantastic. It's awesome. And I love the idea that you guys just kept expanding. And even the story of the suspenders, when Earl just pops his head up and it just says, like, what about suspenders? And you said it's a terrible idea. And these two in the studio at the same time are looking it up, and they'd bring up suspenders. And like you driving in my head, I'm like, that's a terrible idea. And then you describe it, and they're both smiling, thinking it's great. So it's good that you guys can do that together and work and talk to talk to buddies that will help you out and everything else. Are you guys working on other things outside of this?
Not really right now. It's mostly product development. Like every time we're getting more made, we try and make some changes here and there. And I mean, it's really looking to product develop these suspenders and the muff waders. But we're always thinking about what's next. I mean, what's the next product?
I can't wait to see these things on a shelf at a Farm and Fleet near you.
All right, hey, I hope so. So if any retailers are out there listening, I mean, I know a guy within the company that could.
Do you?
Yeah.
Have you had anything that you added to it that hasn't worked that you've had to take off of it?
Yeah, for the first round, the insulated pockets inside the cooler. If you're walking around for a long time, you don't unzip the zipper on the chest, and the 6 beers wouldn't be sturdy in the pockets. So we added a little liner in there so they stick there really well. And then the bottle opener and koozie, we thought the 2 magnets and being able to go hands-free was like logical, that, hey, if it's a full beer, it won't be able to hold it hands-free. But, man, we got pushback for that. They're like, we're trying to have a full beer hands-free. So now there's 3 magnets on the koozie, and it can definitely hold a full beer.
Wow. They got pushback. Man, that's great. So really, when we first talked, you said like Friday is more of your day off to do a promotional type of thing. How far is your promotion expanding outside of the state of Iowa that you're going to talk to media?
Some Dakota news stations, but that's really about it. We have Des Moines. I was just on the Des Moines radio station this morning. Earl's dominating the local small town radio stations over in Northwest Iowa. But yeah, not too much people biting on our bait when we reached out to other cities across the Midwest. I think small town Iowa didn't resonate with them. So not even Omaha, which is 2 miles south of us. That's
God.
Nebraska again. Come on.
So did you guys just send out you reached out to me, which is great. I do appreciate it because this is right up our alley, and I think you in our short relationship, I think you understand that we love this stuff and we're here to support you. But did you guys throw out a press release and just see who bit back?
No, we don't. I try and not do copy paste because eventually people figure out it's copy paste. So I would find news stations and whatnot and look on their website for a little bit and try and see who's their anchors, who's their news people, and try and add a little personal note with it. Like, hey, come on, help us out. Just throw the dog a bone here. We're trying to get people knee deep in muff. But not too many people bid on it outside the state, but that's okay.
But the reason I ask is we have a paper across the river in Illinois, and it's on Twitter, and they did an article. I guess it came out today, T-Roy. Is that right?
Yeah,
they shared it on
today.
Twitter.
Yeah, I saw it this morning.
And they're part of Lee Enterprise, which actually owns the Quad City Times, which is on the Iowa side, and owns a lot of smaller newspapers all over. So I didn't know if you reached out to Lee Enterprise and they kind of just siphoned it out to other places. So that's where
It's a newspaper. I think that was written in Sioux City, the Sioux City Journal, and it was sent over there.
Yeah, it probably was.
That's also owned by Lee. That's owned by Lee Enterprise as well. So that makes sense because they're the ones that actually broke the story about the different Sioux City Journal's one that did the story about the different highway signs when you come into and out of the state, how they want to change the slogan or whatever else. So so how was the experience though? Were you before we let you go pitching it? Were you nervous?
So before we went, before we went on Shark Tank, a year before when we just had a prototype, we pitched on Barstool Big Brain, which was their version of Shark Tank over in New York. We shook Dave Portnoy's hand and John Taffer's hand and asked them for money, and they turned us down. Said it wasn't a New York brand, which obviously, and they liked us though, and they gave us $5,000, so that paid for the New York trip and the bar tab there.
Yeah, nice.
And then we came back. So then a year later, we're pitching on Shark Tank, and that actually really calmed us. It was like a practice round. You know what I mean? And that really helped us be calm and cool when we went on to Shark Tank. And me and Earl just said to each other, win or lose, we come out on top of this. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to get exposure more than, we don't have to pay for advertising, which we haven't done yet. So, yeah, we were pretty calm going in.
Do you guys have social media where people can follow you?
Yep, just look up Muff Waiters. We're all over the place. Believe it or not, there's no other Muff Waiter account out there.
I cannot believe that, buddy. Not one bit. I mean...
Probably some Muff Diver accounts.
Yeah, I mean, for how many times you said things like knee deep in Muff and whatever else, I just can't believe that it's not out there at all. So, you're on Twitter at Muff Waiters and everything else, and Instagram and Facebook. You have a Facebook page and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, and to the listeners out there, like I said, I already shared it on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. I'm going to do a little write-up for you guys just to get a little bit more viewership for you and links and everything else to your social media and your webpage and all that stuff, buddy. Anything else you want the listeners to know?
Anything else I want the listeners to know? Oh, here's a little fun tidbit
Sure.
for anyone that loves Shark Tank. I mean, a lot of people don't realize this, but when it airs on Shark Tank, it's 7 to 13 minutes long, the pitch. But in real life, when you're talking to the Sharks, these guys really do want to invest, and the pitches go way longer than that. The company that went before us pitched for just under 2 hours.
Oh.
So we were backstage, okay, guys, you're going to be next. So we're thinking, okay, we got about a half hour to practice and whatnot. Jeez, it took 2 hours, and by the time it's our turn to pitch, we're sitting down ready to crack a beer. So yeah, it does. They shave a lot. You're not gonna see a lot of what was all said.
Okay.
All right.
Can we? I know this is your lunchtime or whatever else, and I want to take up too much. Can we have a follow up with you so we can ask some questions after the show?
Yeah, we can go really knee deep into the whole process of it and the experience on it afterwards. Yeah.
Perfect. I'll be in touch with you, and we'll figure out some time next week that works in your schedule and works with us, and we'll have a follow up sometime next week right away.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I look forward to that.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot, man.
Everybody, this is muffwaiters.com. Go to it and check it out. It's if you can't find link, which you should be able to. Like Buddy said, ever heard of a thing called the internet? All you got to do is search it. Follow him on social media and everything else. This is Buddy Lamp. Earl's the guy who is the electrician in Holstein, and that's his partner. And Buddy, I want to thank you so much for reaching out to us. This has been awesome, and I can't wait to talk to you next week.
All right. God bless Iowa and God bless the Midwest. We'll see you guys.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
buddy.
Thanks, buddy. Bye.
I bet $100 Earl is not a fan of the Dixie Chicks.
Oh, probably not. Dude, that was
see
great.
Earl's a monster.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it when I looked it up or whatever. But that was great. Those, like he said, win or lose, but those four have to love those two. I mean, the way Buddy delivers right there. I mean, they had to just be. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to do a follow up.
It's 7 this Friday.
7 this Friday. Yeah.
I got nothing going on.
So make sure everybody you set your DVRs and that and everything else.
Adrian's sleeping or working.
Yeah. So we'll do that. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more here with Adrian, and T-Roy's in the Hassle Castle with us. We'll be right back. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
The action never stops at BetMGM. Hoops and hockey are hot, and baseball is right around the corner, so it couldn't be a better time to take a shot at an easy 100 from the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today using code FOSTER100 and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Lakers versus Kings game. And if either team hits a 3, you win. No matter what your favorite sport is, it's always showtime at BetMGM. Get in on the fun with innovative parlay selection builders, daily promotions, boosted odds specials, and much more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use code FOSTER100 to win $100 in free bets when you wager $1 on the Lakers or Kings to hit a 3. Bet with confidence and turn game days into paydays at BetMGM. New customer offer, paid and free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 or older. Iowa only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Shopping at Tyson's is a slam dunk this spring. Find savings on hundreds of products both online and in-store. Show your collegiate pride and save 20% on apparel and up to $10 on select accessories. Save on a variety of name brand boots, including styles from Georgia, Rocky, Red Wing, and more. While you're at it, save 20% on insulated workwear from Key and Dickies. For these deals and more, shop in-store or online at Tysons.com. Tysons, home, farm, auto.
Come on into Tyson's, more for you.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't!
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot!
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
It's a 5-day St. Patrick's Day blowout at the Circle Top in Davenport, March 13th through the 17th. Enjoy daily drink specials over $400 per day in daily prizes and their famous corned beef and cabbage all 5 days. Saturday, get $6 pitchers. Sunday is $2 Bud family cans. Monday is $1 domestic drafts. Tuesday is ladies' night with $2 Bud family cans. And Wednesday is $1 drafts all day long. It's a 5-day St. Patrick's Day blowout at the Circle Top in Davenport, West Locust Street, Davenport.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now
Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Ann with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. J.J. Watt was introduced in Arizona Tuesday, and he provided his reasoning for deciding on the desert. Signs kept pointing back down here, Watt said before mentioning Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and the defensive scheme, all his influences on his decision. Watt was also asked about his former quarterback in Houston, and he said, quote, "The one thing I want for Deshaun Watson is for him to be happy." Watson's current running back, David Johnson, who arrived in Houston via the DeAndre Hopkins trade, has agreed to terms on a restructured one-year contract. In the NFC North, Bears general manager Ryan Pace said Tuesday no firm decision has been made regarding Allen Robinson's future in Chicago. Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst did not dismiss the possibility of using the franchise or transition tag on Aaron Jones, and the Vikings have released veteran tight end Kyle Rudolph. This has been your NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
Printing you new signs for the times.
Get back to business with custom printed signs and sales materials. Staples has hundreds of designs to choose from, or just upload your own.
And now at Staples, get 15% off signs, posters, or decals when you spend $75 or more.
Some items printed same day when ordered before 2 p.m.
Save big on custom printing at Staples.
Ends 5/29/21. Exclusions apply. Limit one offer per customer. See store associate or visit staples.com/signage for details.
If you're a first-time buyer, finding your first real home can feel like this.
Hot property. Not going to last long. Multiple offers. 30-year fixed. We need earnest
But
money.
a realtor has the expertise to strip away all the noise and focus on what really matters to you.
You're going to love this place. Great neighborhood. School is walkable. It even has a huge yard so Henry can practice his penalty kicks.
Finding the right place starts with you and a realtor with the expertise to make sure your voice is the only voice that matters. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
All the sports you need, right here. The Quad Cities sports leader is ESPN 1170 AM. KBOB, Davenport, a Town Square media station.
We are back here in the Hassle Castle, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on AM 1170 and watching live on Facebook.
Well, we're getting to be that time of year, T-Roy.
Yes, sir.
It's March 3rd. That means it's WrestleMania season.
Oh, God, I didn't know what was the year I was going to talk about. I was terrified.
And Adrian and I are your two resident experts on all things WrestleMania.
You certainly are.
WWE, professional wrestling.
Okay.
The good, the bad, the ugly of the sport.
Now, who is the 24/7 champ right now?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Now, I watched the other day, just so you know. I pay attention, guys. So, Bad Bunny, is he just like, he's not a wrestler, right?
No, he's a music artist. And
so, Bad Bunny hangs around with a guy who's going to be something like he's the devil, or he wants to be God, or he wants to live forever. Who's the guy with the long ponytail? He's been...
Damian Priest.
Yeah, there you go.
That's who they're pairing it up with right now.
Damian Priest.
I like the little story they got going with it.
Is there now? I feel that these two are going to end up turning on each other or something.
I don't know. Bad Bunny's got the shelf life for that storyline, to be honest with you.
I mean, because last night, or whatever I saw, Priest penned a pretty good, seemed like a good wrestler. But there was another wrestler outside the ring, and I thought, man, why isn't he trying to beat up Bad Bunny while the other Priest guy can't protect Bad Bunny?
I don't think they expected what's gone on with Bad Bunny to go on. Like, the fans are kind of into it.
Yeah.
The merchandise is selling.
Yeah.
He's a real rapper?
That's the big thing. Yeah.
Is he good?
Yeah, I mean, he's been on a couple songs with like Cardi B and Drake, but he's bigger in the Hispanic rap world.
He was just on Saturday Night Live a week ago Saturday.
Well, good for him.
So, I mean, he's good enough to be a musical guest, yeah. It's not like I think that's the end all of your career, like your Apex.
Tonight on AEW, huh?
Shaq is going to on AEW on Wednesday night.
Yep.
heard the Big Show is going to be on AEW.
He
now.
is. Yeah, they signed him to a contract, so that's going to put off his Hall
I
of
wonder
Fame.
what his name will be.
The
The Giant again?
The Mountain.
What is it? Paul
White.
Yeah.
Captain
I would assume.
Insano.
I would assume he probably just sticks with Paul White.
Why can't he be Captain Insano?
He should be Captain Insano. That would be really good.
Insano shows no mercy.
Yeah, that would be really good if he did that. That's a good nod. If he comes out and he wrestles only as Captain Insano, but he does his commentary, because it's half wrestling, half being a commentator.
Yeah.
So if he does that as like Paul White, but he wrestles a Captain Insano, that's a good. Actually, you should be a booker. It's pretty good.
See,
you probably know a guy. Text somebody.
Yeah, we know somebody.
I won't. Yeah, look up the internet.
Yeah, it's the thing called the internet.
So and now the current champ is still Roman Reigns.
Is one of them? Yeah, SmackDown.
All right, he's the SmackDown champ.
That's right.
All right, who is the other champions?
As of Monday night, Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
17 years in the making.
Yes.
Who did he beat to win the title?
The Miz.
Oh, the Miz used to be a sports guy too, right?
And he was on the Real World.
Real World, yep.
Yeah, but I think he did for a short time. He was on ESPN.
No.
That wasn't the Miz.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There was a wrestler on ESPN for a while.
That was Coach Jonathan Coachman.
All right.
Yeah, I think he actually is back
So
and
the
doing things with
Miz.
wrestling now.
Did you see that with the Miz the other day? How he was the only one to win every title twice. Now, since he won the World Championship at every title, U.S. title twice, Intercontinental.
So what?
title.
Good for him.
What do
He
they call
deserves it.
Bobby Lashley's title?
That's the universe. No.
That's
So
just
Roman
WWE
Reigns is the SmackDown
WWE
champ,
champion.
Roman Reigns is the Universal Champion.
Universal.
Oh, Universe went over to SmackDown.
and
Okay.
then Bobby Lashley is the
WWE Champion.
Yeah.
WWE. All right, no, who else is champion? Who's the Intercontinental champion? Or is that gone now?
Big E, former Iowa.
Oh, yeah,
Hawkeye.
yeah,
Big
yeah.
E is?
Big E.
And you know what that means, T-Ray?
Oh, means pain?
That means that usually that's your gateway to the next step is to be a champion. It's usually
so
the thing.
he's going to be a WWE or Universal.
I
Because
would
those are
say-
the two big dogs,
He'll
right?
have a run within the next 18 months for a fight for the title.
And then Matt Riddle is the U.S. Champion on Raw.
He's the guy.
Matt Riddle.
Do you know who that? Do you remember who he is, T-Ray, from Royal Rumble?
Help me out.
He's the guy that doesn't wear shoes.
Oh, step on his
Flip-flops.
toes. He's done, dude. I'd end his career quick.
Yeah, you'd win that. You'd win that match. You just step on his
big toe. He'd
Yep.
be out, down. And when he's bouncing around crying about that big toe, step on the other big toe. Then what's he do?
About this time, usually this.
We were the tag team champions.
Oh,
The Hurt Business on Raw.
Yeah.
And it's Dolph Ziggler and
Hurt Business.
Rude.
Yeah,
Bobby Roode.
Ziggler and,
You-
is
he-
that, and
The
Bobby
Dogs?
Roode
What are
is
they
that
called?
is that Ravishing Rick Rude's kid?
No, but the thing
Oh.
is, you'd like these guys, Ziggler and Rude. They're into the 80s metal stuff.
What do they
Oh,
call
I love them
them?
already.
I forget what they're called, but yeah, Dolph
Dogs?
Ziggler. Yeah, it's
They
something
just
like
got
that.
a name. Dirty Dogs.
Dirty
Somebody
Dogs,
said it on
yeah.
there. There you
Oh,
go.
they're the Dirty Dogs and the Hurt
Thanks,
Biz.
Brad.
Yeah.
So you got all right, Dirty Dogs, and these guys. So one is Raw, Monday Night Raw, and the other one is Friday Night Lights or whatever it's called. Friday Night SmackDown.
There you go.
Wow.
Anything else out there that you're
Okay,
asking?
well, all right. What about? All right. So which one is the Raw? Hurts? The Hurt Biz?
Yep. Hurt
All right.
Business.
All right.
And Bobby Lashley.
Female champion. Is there more than one?
Asuka and Bailey. Not Bailey. Sasha Banks.
Yep.
Sasha Banks.
So one's Raw and one's SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are the.
Yeah, you know that was the bigger girl or whatever else. They beat up people. Yeah.
And Blazer, they're the tag team champions.
Yep.
All right.
So this WrestleMania is going to be intense.
Is Ric Flair's daughter going to be in it?
Oh, she'll be in it some way or another. Yeah.
Is she going to beat up her dad? 'Cause
They
I
were
know
going
he-
with a storyline with that,
Yeah.
but then one of the wrestlers involved got pregnant, and so they had to take her off TV, and so they've kind of like.
But I
gone
know
different
something
way.
was going on.
They
Oh,
just
yeah,
brought him back.
yeah.
They just brought him back to have the storyline, which I feel like this is the third time they've done this kind of storyline. But
Yes, feels like it. But yeah, we.
How did she get pregnant?
her actual husband got her pregnant, I believe. They were selling it the first night as Ric Flair's kid, and then they're like, we better not do that. The very next week, she was off TV. And,
Yeah.
Oh no!
So this is going to take place the WrestleMania on it's a 2-night event, April 10th and 11th. The first one's going to be like more NXT Takeover and the Hall of Fame celebration, I would assume, right? So the 11th will be that.
Why did Vince McMahon break it up into Raw and SmackDown?
There's just too many performers,
Mhm.
too many top performers.
I got it.
You can't have
Couldn't
everybody
share
do
that. Couldn't share all the wealth.
Yeah.
Well, and then they try to make it. Well, they ran out of competition. They had already beaten WCW and bought the competition, so they try to make it seem like it was 2 promotions when we all know it wasn't. Basically, now they have 3 with NXT. But AEW is up and coming, and so they're kind of making waves about things.
NXT moving nights.
Yeah, I heard that.
Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Yep.
No longer going head-to-head against AEW. So, yeah, the WrestleMania season's all along the way. And fortunately, this would be the time when they would be coming to the Tax Lair. We'd be interviewing someone right now.
Every year.
All right, now.
Yeah, you guys had Braun Strowman last year, didn't you?
It was great, yeah.
What about, what's the key matchups going to be? Do you guys know yet? Or what do you predict?
Yeah. Well, Edge won the Royal Rumble. He's going to face Roman Reigns.
So Edge. Which one's the Edge?
He's the one that won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but help me. I should know what he looks like.
He's taller than me.
Everybody's taller than you, Jay.
He's got long hair.
He's got long hair. His beard is got some salt and pepper in it.
He was away from the wrestling for, was it a broken neck?
Yeah, he had a neck. I mean, he won the title and had to give it over right away, yeah.
All right, I think I remember him. All right, so the Edge is taking on Roman Reigns. What else? That's a for sure. You guys know that's live.
Yeah, he came in. Yeah, he speared him and pointed to the sign. So that's it.
And the women's Royal Rumble winner was Bianca Belair.
She's gonna go against
Sasha Banks.
Is it Sasha Banks?
Yep.
Okay.
So Bianca's going against Sasha.
Remember, she had that long ponytail.
That's Bianca.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whiplash.
Yep.
I like that. Okay, and then what? Any tag team matchups locked up?
Well, the Bobby Lashley thing is Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
So Lashley against McIntyre.
Brad is saying Asuka versus Flair. I mean, okay, we've seen it before.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
Who?
Charlotte's going to wrestle against Asuka.
That's the one that.
That's my thing. Yeah, Becky Lynch makes her come back.
That's going to be. That should probably be it, wouldn't it be? You would make sense.
Interferes in the matchup, and then a little feud goes on between her and Flair again. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's what it should be. That should be one of the big ones. As far as the tag teams go, I couldn't tell you where are the Street Profits at.
They're probably going to face the Dirty Dogs for the titles,
okay.
I would imagine so.
And then
Street Profits taking on the Dirty Dogs?
Yeah.
Assume so. And then we don't.
What are the Street Profits?
They're an exciting young tag team. They're fun to watch.
And one of the Street Profits is married to Bianca Belair.
Mm-hmm. They like the Profits of Rage, kind of like a little.
No, they drink their red Solo cups and they say they want the smoke, all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, during this entire, because I'm serious. I've taken a step back, and I always say, and then after, what do you think is missing, or is there anything missing during this entire coronavirus wrestling season? We'll call it the quarantine era, because you have the Attitude Era. You've got all kinds of era. This is the quarantine era. Mm-hmm. Like, are they going to whenever we get fans back in? Are they going to stop piping in sounds? Now that they've seen they've been
until the stadium's at least full, or at least remotely close to full.
Now, there's certain things I mentioned this beforehand, like winners and losers of the quarantine era. I think Drew McIntyre did a good job carrying this as much as he could, and so I think he was a good one. And I do really believe the Hurt Business has done really, really well during this run. I don't know. I think WWE is one because they've signed with Peacock $1 billion. And it's a smart move on them because you have a major corporation that can take care of all their streaming services, where the WWE network, has some glitches here and there, and they don't have to worry about the headaches anymore.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Who has the coolest walk-up? Because this Hurt Business, I feel like they're in the hurting business. Is that kind of their thing?
That's pretty accurate.
So I wonder, what is their walk-up? Like, what's that like? What songs going? Like, what's the coolest one in your guys' eyes?
Right now?
Yeah. Like when The Rock used to come out, or when Stone Cold Austin used to
It's
come
hard
out.
to say because
right now there's no fans, so there's no pop as soon as that music hits.
The fun thing about the best thing about the fans is when the WWE pushes someone your direction, like when they did Roman Reigns years ago when he won the Royal Rumble, and the fans turn on him, like, you're not putting a rocket on his back, and they have to change, or someone out of nowhere, like the Yes movement for Daniel Bryan, like no one saw that coming, and the fans that's the thing. When there's a lot of times, majority of the times, I would say 3 out of 4 times, when you think the WWE is going a direction, either Vince or Triple H moves it a different, just to be like, good job, you marks. You smart marks. But you missed it here. But then there's other times where they think they've got their finger on the pulse, and the fans are like, no, we like these guys. Like the Hurt Business is supposed to be a bad guys. Okay?
Yeah, but people like them.
They like them. So and when you say like what's got the most pop, it's you don't know.
Is Big
Chip
E
says RKO. Randy Orton's got the.
I would
best.
say
Is Big E going to fight anybody in WrestleMania?
I don't think they've really set up an opponent yet. Exactly, Apollo Crews and maybe Shinsuke Nakamura, but nobody's really got there yet. I feel like.
Yeah.
I saw something in an article. I think Kakert tweeted it out. That dude is like really throwing up some weight right now. Like Big E still like trains really hard, like just in general. I know he obviously for wrestling, but like his powerlifting is huge.
Yeah, he's throwing it. But do you see what else he threw up there?
No.
So they did a documentary like on Big E.
Yeah.
And it was his thing that he wrote as Big E was making the transition from Iowa Hawkeye to going to the training center. So they took something he wrote years ago.
Kakert wrote.
Yeah, from Hawkeye Report, and they put that in the WWE documentary.
Wow. Yeah.
So he was like really, he was jacked about that. Obviously, Kakert's a fan of everything, so of all the stuff. So, yeah, it's.
CJ, I think you're getting back into it now.
Well, I always do WrestleMania season.
Yeah,
always.
You were giving up. You were giving up for a while, Adrian. He was quitting on us.
I quit every summer and say no, but WrestleMania season brings it. I've seen every WrestleMania. I mean, I've been alive for every one of them. And it's not just like, I mean, it's...
I'm sorry, I missed out. I watched the first 3.
Well, you saw probably one of the best in 3.
And I saw, some with you.
Yeah, there's other good ones.
See, I get more excited, Adrian, when I don't know the names of the guys when they come out. Like if I watch with Jay and then I come up with silly nicknames for him, especially like the barefooted dude. I'm like, why don't they just stomp his toes? Like that was in the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble, my bad.
Well...
Yeah. And that chick with the whiplash hair, she was badass. I like that.
Well, stick with us. We'll talk more and more about the WWE as we get closer. But I do want to share this with you guys. Yesterday I brought this up, and it is considered the next level of collectibles, and that is the NBA Top Shot.
Yeah, you brought this up yesterday.
I did. It is an online company launched by Vancouver-based blockchain company Dapper Labs, and it is backed by the NBA. It allows users to procure a collection of digital basketball highlights and then show off that collection to others. To get these NBA highlights, they're considered moments. Actual money must be spent in some way, either through purchasing digital packs containing a random assortment of these moments or through spending money in the marketplace. So they range in designated rarity. Are they artificially scarce? They're artificially scarce based on where they land in rarity scale. There are different tiers for these. There's a common, so you can go online. It's like buying a pack of baseball cards, but what you're doing is you're buying a pack of moments. It could be a dunk on something. It could be something much as a LaMelo Ball pass. And the common ones, there are about 1,000 digital copies, so you could have one of 1,000. And those are about $9 a pack for 9 moments. And you might have one that you spend that on and then turn around and it's worth a lot for some reason or another. There's rare. There's only 150 to 99 digital copies of these. Those packs are about 22. Legendary, there's roughly around anywhere from 25 to 99 digital copies. These packs start at $230. Then the Platinum and the Genesis, you can only do that through an auction. When I say auction, think about think about moments that are like your rookie moments. This is only through 2000, this year and last year, maybe all the way through 19. They have them. They did do a legendary pack, which was like 2013. So what you're looking for are moments that people will buy. So, for example, I was listening to a podcast of someone who's investing this. This is cryptocurrency, is what it is. It's like Bitcoin, if you're getting in on this. If you like collectibles, if you got baseball cards, this is what's considered the next generation. All right. So this is what I'm giving you advice for, because if the NFL does this, here's where you want to get in on. If there's an NFL Top Shot, this is what you want to do when you get there. There's like something as simple as LeBron James. It's not a dunk on anybody. It's just like a shot, maybe a fadeaway. All right. And the reason why it's important, it's considered his rookie card because it's his first moment. Mm-hmm. So that one actually was bought for $250,000 by a group of people. And the attempts for that is to eventually sell that back to LeBron James. That's what the guy said. So you can get all these moments, whatever else, but really, if you get into this and the NFL season comes around, and if NFL gets this, and trust me, this is going to happen. There will be like 2 or 3 more like rip-offs of this, but this is the only one that's backed by the NBA. Uh-huh. So as soon as the NFL gets into this, you want something like Dak Prescott's first touchdown pass. Mm-hmm. All right, or so, what's your team in the NFL?
Bears.
Bears. Well, I don't know who's going to be playing what or whatever else. But do you know?
Well, I mean, could they go back and get like a picture of Walter Payton, or are they not going to be able to do that?
That's the thing. It's not going back, and the NBA has only done it like 2 seasons, from what I understand. I know for sure this season, but 2 seasons. And then, like I said, there's only one. 2013 was the only other one that they have. They have not released highlights. Yes, could you go on YouTube and watch these highlights? 100%. Just like you could look at a picture of a baseball card, of a Mike Schmidt rookie card, but to own that card is something else, okay? Mm-hmm. So are you kind of following me? Do you have any questions?
Couldn't I just pull it up on YouTube and then save it?
It's not, but it's not worth anything because it's not backed by the NBA. This is a collectible. This could easily collapse, or it could keep going. These people were actually behind something that was called, where's it at now? They did have something that was similar to this that failed.
Was it?
It was this thing called Crypto Kitties, and it was a game, and it got very popular. And one digital cat sold for $170,000, but the items plummeted, much like the Beanie Babies did in the 90s. But this is different because it's backed by the NBA and backed by the players. So what you're looking for is you're trying, like I said, it's cryptocurrency.
So basically, it's the NBA doing a digital version of playing cards that they own and the players own together, instead of like Topps, Fleer, or whatever.
Dapper Labs, consider Dapper Labs Topps, and they have an exclusive license backed by the NBA.
Got it.
Okay, so that's if we have these rip-off things, they might not have a deal with the NBA.
But they're paying a fee to the NBA to do this.
Yes.
And so the NBA and the Players Association are making money off this. All right.
So what you do is you sign up for you'll sign up for a pack, and they'll only give out, like I said, the first one there's only like 1,000. If you're not in line if you sign up, if you're not in line, you're not going to get the pack. You're not going to even get the $9.
So you don't know what pictures you get in your pack.
Nope. It's like an open it. Yep. This is being covered by ESPN. This is being covered by the Action Network.
Digital trading cards.
Yes.
What do you have to say?
Brian Windhorst of ESPN wrote on February 16th, Top Shot has gained traction with more than 50,000 users having bought in and spent more than $65 million in the process, according to crypto tracker CryptoSlam. The same tracker now lists over 88,000 buyers and over $278 million in sales as of March 2nd.
Let me ask you this, Jay.
Yep.
So you have your digital copy of it. Where do you keep it?
It's in your portfolio.
So they have like a cloud system for you to keep it, so you can't lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now you can go ahead and sell these to other people, and it stays in your thing. I guess from what I understand right now, and this is all work in progress because I'm trying to figure out to explain to you guys. But right now, the biggest knock on it is selling it and pulling your money back out is the trouble right now. Right. It's not as easy as you think. It reminds me a lot of offshore gambling when it first happened. Mm-hmm. You could gamble, but when you're like, all right, I want to cash out, they're like, we'll send you a gift card in 6 to 8 weeks, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little bit of struggle here. But if you're looking to, if this happens, my word of advice, if you want to get into this, and this is like an investment thing, because the people that have the money to do this, they're just looking at, they're not looking at, it's an investment, and they don't want to have a portfolio of stocks and bonds and everything else. And they also don't want to have a set of baseball cards that they have to take to a lockbox. They're just going to have this in their own thing here. My point is, when this happens, and it's going to, you got to get in as early as you can in the NFL, and you got to find the right ones that you want to get. If you could open up a pack and it's their first highlight, that's the one that's going to be more significant.
Can I advance the thought on this a little bit?
Sure,
so
absolutely.
Obviously you got NFL, but what if you're doing the same thing with comics? You could do the same thing. Mm-hmm. That being said, Adrian, did you collect comics or cards or anything when you were a kid?
Not to that extent. I know a lot of people did it a lot more than I did.
I did comics. I had cards, but I was never like that kid that kept them nice. Yeah. So Jay, you did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole thing with both those things was keeping them nice so that they were pristine. That made the value different. You could have, for instance, Adrian, if you had Captain America number 100 and I had Captain America 100, but mine was pristine, and yours was a little beat up, torn around the edges. Mine's worth more than you.
Oh, yeah.
So, Jay, that being said on this, trying to draw the correlation, I know it's a long way here. How is it if Adrian and I both have the Khalil Mack sack that's the one? It's worth the same amount?
You know what it is? It's worth whatever someone's going to spend it.
That's right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, how many are getting produced? That's the other thing too.
Well, that's where it's going to. That's the different tiers.
Yeah.
You're going to have like the rare, or legendary, or whatever else, and those are all things. Again, work in progress. Something we have to.
They'll
figure
know
out.
how many they put out then.
Adrian, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to end the show with commercials and everything else. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's do it again real soon, anytime. As long as your schedule works and we've got an open seat, you message me a day ahead of time or whatever else you say. We'll come in, we'll talk, all right?
Perfect.
We'll always do this. We'll do this again. And we're going to make sure you guys set your DVR for Shark Tank on Friday night at 7. And T-Roy, anything else?
Ooh.
Yep.
Remember the movies. One movie from each one of you.
Okay. Obscure movies, 80s.
Obscure movies from the 80s or 90s.
Howard the Duck.
That would hold. You think Howard the Duck?
No,
that would hold out today. Like you would watch it today and be like, yeah, it's still entertaining. Adrian?
187.
I don't remember that.
It was Samuel Jackson's he was a teacher and he got stabbed, and then remember he then came to another
obscure movie from the 80s that would hold up today.
I got one.
What?
Down and Out in Beverly Hills. Watched it last night.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't put enough into it.
Movies in the 80s.
Well, yeah.
All right.
I'll give you the 90s too. All right.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Adrian, thank you so much. I want to thank Buddy Lamp from Muff Waiters. We will talk to you guys later. Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. Enjoy the weather. Stay safe and sanitized.
Peace.
This is Matt Koss of the Quad City Times, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
I'm Gus Johnson, and we're live at Casey's, where Sam has 3 minutes to prepare a large supreme pizza. Made from scratch dough. Classic move. Fresh cut veggies, nice play. Goes for the cheese. Oh!